Ridgeway family. On behalf of the Pastoral Search Team, otherwise known as the PST, and the Elder Board, I want to share an update on our Ridgeway White Plains lead pastor search. I also want to provide some details so you can pray more specifically. I am pleased to report that the PST has identified and extensively reviewed the qualifications of one pastor from a total of 16 resumes. After multiple meetings and much discussion, the Pastoral Search Team unanimously and without reservation forwarded a candidate recommendation to the Elder Board on March 11th. This was an exhaustive process, and I want to publicly thank the members of our search team, Audrey Tomlinson, Blanche Francis, Elder Craig Neal, Miles Hutchings, and Bob Hendrickson. Since the search team's recommendations to the elders engaged in a process of prayer, fasting, interviews, and reference checking, which is still ongoing. Given that I am also an elder involved in the process, I can share with you that the level of due diligence applied by the elders in contemplation of this matter has been commensurate with the weightiness of the decision for Ridgeway and the kingdom. The elders anticipate concluding their deliberations within the next several weeks, which will bring us into the June timeframe. Should this candidate continue to advance to the next stage of our process, we will begin to introduce him to more members of the church leadership, including executive board members and staff members, as part of our overall discernment process. Assuming God continues to provide us with confirmation, we will ultimately conclude our process by hosting a candidate weekend, where our proposed new lead pastor would preach here at Ridgeway around May or early June. There will also be a reception following the service where Ridgeway members will have an opportunity to meet the candidate. You will also be able to share any feedback you have with the elders at the elders@ridgewaychurch.com email address. We will have more details once the candidate weekend timeline is finalized. Now, having said all this, the elders want to be very clear. We are moving forward in our process with this candidate and are encouraged. However, no decision has been made, and there is no guarantee that he will be our next lead pastor. The final decision regarding the calling of this candidate rests solely with the Elder Board in consultation with the Christian and Missionary Alliance Metro District. The PST will stay in place until the formal calling of our lead pastor. The most important thing you can do at this point is pray. Further details of our process or information regarding the candidate will not be shared until he is presented for a candidate weekend. We do this to ensure the integrity of the process and respect the privacy of the candidate and his family. We are as eager as anyone to find our next lead pastor, but this is not something we will rush into or do without confirming with our Father. God willing, I'll be back within the next few weeks to share another update on our next steps. In the meantime, continue to pray for our search process and for God to give us all wisdom, discernment, and patience. Thank you, and God bless you all.